It's game time.
This was originally released on our Those Guys Play channel. Links in the description box down below.
Hey, Matt. Oh my god. What are you doing?
I'm trying to ink. I discovered Squidlit by randomly looking into the More Like This section of another game's page on Steam. Thank God I looked there. Squidlit is adorable. Look at this thing. Look at it. Look at it. So Squidlit came out on Steam on March 2nd, 2018. You take on the role of a Squidlit and you have to save the entire kingdom from Squid Squad. I'm sorry, actually, I don't want to get locked up again. The God Emperor Squid Squad. It was made by an extremely small team. Literally 2 people. The art style is fun and unique, and if cute could kill, then this couple could be tried for murder. The controls are really easy to pick up. You move left to right with the directional buttons, jump by pressing A or B, and you can also use those buttons to shoot ink at enemies below you by double clicking, and in doing so turning it into a double jump. You talk to characters by pressing up, and do a cute little dance to greet characters by pushing down. You can greet any character this way. Anyone. Unless of course they're trying to attack you, in which case you should definitely hit them with some ink. It might take some getting used to because your initial thought, if you're like me, is, oh, I'm just going to jump on top of them. That will not work. You will lose health. Ink them. Ink them hard. The best thing about this game, for me, is that it has controller support. Playing this with a PS1 controller made this a lot easier than using my keyboard. The layout is pretty much the same, difference being that you can press X, yes, X, or circle to jump/shoot ink. As you can already tell by the aesthetic, the game is trying to emulate the original Game Boy palette. I don't really have any nostalgia for this palette because my handheld memories start at the Game Boy Color, but I'm aware of the original Game Boy to where I can note that it emulates it well. The game is rather short, only clocking in at a little over an hour, but there still are a lot of cool mini-bosses before you take on the God Emperor themselves. Heck, one of them even turns the game into a shoot-'em-up, which was definitely a welcome surprise. There are also some puzzle aspects to the game. Most of it is very straightforward, with characters outright telling you what to do next, but when it comes to mini-bosses, some may not be as cut and dry as they seem. My only problem with them is the lack of a health bar, so I don't really know if I'm doing any damage or not. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with the mini-bosses upping the general difficulty because really, it's not that hard to get a hang of the general game. The humor in the game might not be for everybody. I was cracking up when seeing what some of the NPCs had to say, but if it's not your cup of ink, a lot of the comedic interactions in the game are not required to advance. The music can get repetitive, but it's hard for me to look at that as a negative, because it's good music. And the shorter length of the game actually works in its favor. When it comes to character designs, I enjoy how every Squidlit does seem to have something that really distinguishes them. The enemies are cool, but they don't really seem to blend into this world. Maybe it's because there isn't a manual or much world building in this game, but why are there cranes in some parts? I'm assuming it's because the God Emperor wants to capture the Squidlits, but it makes more sense in their castle. And it's a bit hard to make out what some of the enemies even are. Also, with the cranes comes a game-breaking glitch. Thankfully, I can reset the game from the main menu, and it takes me back to the start of the area. That is a plus side for me personally. I don't think it's hard to lose your entire health bar, known as a muffin bar here, but I do like that I'm not forced to start at the beginning. All in all, this game was definitely fun, even if I didn't get to have a lot of time in this world. It was definitely too short, but when their asking price was $2, I'm not complaining. Although there is one thing I want to bring up. On Squidlit Inc.'s website, they call the game a quote-unquote proof of concept. I disagree. When this is up on Steam, and it has a price attached to it, it's a game, and that's okay. Either way, if you liked it like I did, or like what you see, the team is working on a sequel called Super Squidlit. I know I'll be playing it. I give this game 4 out of 5 Squidlits in a hole. Why'd you come over here anyway?
I was going to ask what your thoughts are on the American educational system, but it looks like I already got my answer.